the devolved units to be able to fund some of the programs and the services that the county governments run or undertake for the sole purpose of ensuring a smooth service delivery to the public. So this particular document is one that the committee laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 18th, this afternoon. It will be laid this afternoon, and also move a motion for it to be able to be considered. However, in this particular notice of motion, the committee is seeking to have the House approve the county government's equitable share or cash disbursement schedule for the next financial year. So this is a notice of motion, and later on, the senators will consider that particular report as a motion that will also be moved by the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget for the House to take a keen consideration on this particular document, and also debate on it, as well as approve as has been recommended by the committee. At the far end of the red carpet aisle, that is leading straight from the Speaker's office into the chamber, we can see that is the procession of the Speaker making its way into the chamber. That is the mess also of the Senate ahead of the Speaker. That is a symbol of authority of the House and of the Speaker. That is the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Amason Jeffa Kingi, making his way into the House to be able to preside over the proceedings of this afternoon plenary sitting. Allow me to hand you over to this live broadcast brought to you by PBU in partnership with KBC. Good afternoon.
Tuombe. Mwenyezi Mungu, twakusihi tutazame kwa neema nyingi na baraka sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita kwa nyadhifa za uongozi katika jamhuri hii yetu. Tutakuomba utuwajalie tuyatende na kufikia mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao umesikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. Clerk, do we have quorum? Sergeant at Arms, kindly ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
The prayer has been said and the chair taken. However, there is a quorum hitch at the commencement of the sitting of the Senate. The Speaker has directed that the quorum bell be rung for 10 minutes, because this is as provided for in the House Standing Order number 40. And we should be expecting to see more senators making their way into the House to join their colleagues who are already in the chamber. And of course, most importantly, enable the House attain that much needed quorum for it to be able to commence. We shall continue to take a look at the business that the senators shall transact this afternoon as we wait for the House to quorate. Aside from the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget regarding the county government's cash disbursement or equitable share schedule for the next financial year, there are two bills. These bills are lined up for consideration at the division stage. The Assisted Reproductive Technology Bill, a bill originating from the National Assembly and co-sponsored by the nominated Senator Catherine Muma, as well as the County Government's Laws Amendment Bill. This is a bill that originates from the Senate and sponsored by Honorable Senator Abdul Haj. These are bills that are lined up for consideration at the debate stage, for them to be read a second time and for them to be able to move into the next stage. Pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 53.1, there are a number of statements that members of the Senate shall be seeking from various standing committees. The Senator for Kitui County this afternoon, that is Honorable Enoch Wambua, will seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the discovery of 4 bodies buried in shallow graves in Mwengi, Kitui County. The nominated Senator Honorable Peris Tobiko will also seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Lands, Environment and Natural Resources regarding the operations and environmental compliance of Environmental Combustion Consultants Limited in Kajiado County, and the Senator for Tharaka Nithi County, Honorable Mwenda Gataya Mofaya, will seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism regarding the challenges facing green gram farmers in Tharaka Nithi. Those are just some, but a few of the statements that members of the Senate will be seeking more clarification on. Those are statements that members will be seeking more clarification on from the various standing committees. This afternoon also, as the House sits for this afternoon sitting, is that they will be adjourning for a long recess beginning this, or rather, once the House adjourns this afternoon, the senators will be proceeding on a short break or a break until the Tuesday of 14th of July 2026. So there are a number of businesses that the senators might want to dispense with this afternoon, including the report on the county equitable share, the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the next financial year, a number of bills as well as motions. The motion on the report of the Select Committee on Delegated Legislation on its consideration of the Traffic School Transport Rules 2026, Legal Notice number 11 of 2026, the Traffic Motor Vehicle Inspection Rules 2026, Legal Notice number 13 of 2026, and the National Transport and Safety Authority Operation of Commercial Vehicles Regulations 2026, Legal Notice number 14 of 2026 is also part of the priority business that has been lined up for consideration this afternoon. Now you will recall that the delegated legislation or the Select Committee on Delegated Legislation earlier on during the proceedings of the Senate had sought for an additional time to be able to consider these proposed regulations. That is the school transport rules, the motor vehicle inspection rules, as well as the National Transport and Safety Authority Operation of Commercial Vehicles Regulations. They had sought additional time to be able to consider and also bring on board a number of stakeholders who had not been engaged earlier on during the engagement process. And that time was granted, and they were able to consider those rules and regulations. And in this particular report, the committee urges the House, or will want the House to adopt that report on its consideration of the traffic, that is the school transport rules, the motor vehicle inspection rules, and the NTSA operation of commercial vehicles regulations. All these having been considered or being formulated within the year 2026. This report was laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, 10th of June, the year 2026, and would want the House to be able to adopt this particular report. The stage that this particular report has reached is division stage, and this afternoon they will be going into division. This follows a debate that was interrupted on Thursday, 11th June 2026. So this afternoon it will be a resumption of that debate. However, consideration at the division stage. If you're just joining us that the House is about to commence, there is a quorum hitch. The prayer has already been said and the chair taken. However, there is a quorum hitch at the commencement of the sitting of the Senate. And the Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Amasonji Fakingi, directed that the quorum bell also be rung for 10 minutes to give room for more members to make their way into the House, most importantly to enable the House attain that quorum for it to be able to commence. We have seen more members making their way into the chamber, and we believe in a short while that quorum shall be attained. The quorum of the Senate at the commencement of the sitting is 15 senators. So once that quorum is raised, then the business, or rather the sitting of the Senate, shall be able to kick off, and the business that is lined up for consideration be able to be transacted on the floor of the House. This afternoon also, the members of the Senate are scheduled to consider a number of bills at the Committee of the Whole House stage, and also go into division on these bills. This means that consideration of these bills was concluded at the second reading stage, that is debate, and that at the Committee of the Whole, if there were any amendments that may have been moved by the members, then they can be considered or can be adopted. The quorum has been attained. Allow me to hand you over.
Honorable Senators, we do have quorum now, so we'll get on to the day's business. Clerk, you may proceed to call the first order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Do we have?
Now, Honorable Senators, I'd like to acknowledge the presence in the Speaker's Gallery this afternoon of a visiting delegation of 3 young leaders from the Institute of Economic Affairs in Kenya and interns from American University in the Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. The delegation is on a study visit to Parliament. I request each member of the delegation Mr. Spencer Muhonja, intern, Institute of Economic Affairs. Ms. Sarah Cherop Lioba, intern, Institute of Economic Affairs. Mr. Benjamin Canzeras, intern at the American University. Now, on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, I extend a warm welcome to the delegation and wish you a fruitful visit here at the Senate. I will call upon the youth leader of the Senate and the senator for Siaya County. Senator Eddie, you know the youth leader, certainly. You may proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome the interns from the Institute of Economic Affairs and from the American University And Mr. Speaker, it is our tradition that we welcome them here, and we hope that during their sitting, during this afternoon sitting, they will be able to gain some experience of how we conduct our business in Parliament. And I particularly like the three who are from the Institute of Economic Affairs, because I am personally an economist and I'm very passionate about economics. And you are not in the wrong profession. You are in the right profession, and you are in the right place here in the Senate. So we welcome you. Thank you very much, and I'm sure you are going to gain from the experience you will gain today here in the debates. Thank you.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
The Chairperson Standing Committee on Finance and Budget.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Through your honor, of course, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, Thursday, the 18th June, 2026. Report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for financial year 2026-2027. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Chairperson Liaison Committee.
Thank you once again, Mr. Speaker. Again, through your honor and on behalf of the Chairperson of the Liaison Committee, the Deputy Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, the Thursday, 18th June, 2026. Report of the Liaison Committee on the activities and operations of select committees during the 4th session 2025. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Chairperson Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, Thursday, 18th June 2026. Report of the Standing Committee on Roads, Transport and Housing on its consideration of the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill number 3, National Assembly Bills number 34 of 2025. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Chairperson Standing Committee on Education.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the Senate today, Thursday, 18th June, 2023. Report on the Standing Committee on Education on its consideration of the Basic Education Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill, number 59 of 2023. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
The Chairperson Standing Committee on Finance and Budget.
I thank you once again, Mr. Speaker. I beg to give notice of the following motion, that the Senate adopt the reports of the Standing Committee of Finance and Budget on county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for financial year 2026-2027, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 18th June 2026, and that pursuant to Section 17(7) of the Public Finance Management Act and Standing Order 189.3, the Senate approves the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the year 2026-2027. 2027. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Chairperson Liaison Committee.
Thank you once again, Mr. Speaker. I beg to give notice of the following motion, that the Senate notes the report of the Liaison Committee on the activities and operations of select committees during the fourth session, 2025, pursuant to Standing Order 2242, laid on the table of the Senate on Thursday, 18th June 2026. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, pursuant to Standing Order 45-2, I will rearrange today's order paper. We will move to order number 8, and thereafter we shall resume the normal flow as contained in the order paper of the day. Clerk, you may proceed to call that order.
Order number 8, motion. Report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the county government's cash disbursement equitable share schedule for the financial year 2026-2027.
Chairperson, Standing Committee on Finance and Budget.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. On behalf of the Chair, Finance and Budget Committee of the Senate, Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the financial year 2026-2027, laid on the table of the Senate Thursday, 18th of June, and that pursuant to Section 17(7) of the Public Finance Management Act and Standing Order number 189.3 of the Senate Standing Order, the Senate approves the county equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the financial year 2026-2027. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a fairly straightforward report. Having passed the county allocation bill, the next procedural step is a cash disbursement schedule, which takes monies to our counties. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a very crucial report which guides CS Finance in the disbursements of cash to our counties. On a number of they are in compliance with this schedule. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg that the CS Finance do comply with this schedule, because this is a very document that all our counties are relying upon. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move and ask Senator Eddie Okech to second.
Mr. Speaker, as a member of Finance and Budget, I want to assert that this is quite a procedural motion because, Mr. Speaker, the bulk of the work that we did was being able to pass, DORA and CARA, Mr. Speaker, that gives money to the counties. And whatever we are passing now is just making sure that the National Treasury can be able to send money to our counties on time. And, Mr. Speaker, it is important to note that when we went to the Division of Revenue mediation, we did insist that in case of any problems of exchequer releases and exchequer receipts in this country, then the national government must bear the risk. We have seen time without number, Mr. Speaker, when the Treasury would sometimes blame exchequer receipts as a problem on exchequer releases on money that go to the county. Mr. Speaker, because our counties have got no any strength whatsoever to be able to borrow money from outside the country when they have got physical problems, because they have got no any instruments to be able to get money to operate in any way when there is a lot of pressure in their physical infrastructure, Mr. Speaker, it's extremely critical that the National Treasury must honor the tenets of Article 219 of the Constitution. Article 219 articulates that as long as we have passed DORA and as long as we have passed CARA in this House, Mr. Speaker, it is critical that all money that go to the counties are honored and are sent there on time. And therefore, this is the importance of the piece of legislation that we are passing here today, that the National Treasury must be able to honor. And Mr. Speaker, if you look at the schedule that has been shared, it actually articulates the amounts that are supposed to go to the counties on a regular basis. In fact, it actually puts it into a chunks of almost a monthly basis. For instance, if you look at Migori County, you will see in that schedule that we have got 500 million that is expected at the end of this month. The next month we've got 600 plus million. The next month we've got 800 plus million. And these monies must go within that time frame. But Mr. Speaker, I will not leave this floor without emphasizing the role that the governors now must be able to take in putting these monies to good use. The work that the Senate has done in these past 2 months to pass DORA, to pass CARA, and now to pass this disbursement schedule is such a critical and important work that almost forms 96% of our work as senators to come and protect the interests of our counties, and that protection is making sure that they have money in the counties. Governors must now rise to the occasion that I know people are going to the election, and I know some governors will start using excuses around things like imprest to be able to take these monies from the counties. We must stand firm that the monies we have sent to the county must be used the right way, because we have done our work. Even as we go on recess, we have sent our monies to the counties. We have put the framework, the legal framework, to ensure that the National Treasury will be giving money to the counties on time. The biggest task now is for the common man, the young man who is struggling in Lake Victoria to be able to make a living by fishing, the young man who is struggling in Meru, growing Miraa and other places, to be able to make sense of this piece of legislation is if this money will go and serve them. Now the country should see that the work remains with the governors. We have sent money and we have put the instruments to make sure that the money goes there every month. It is upon the governors to use it correctly. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, because this is a procedural motion, I don't want to say much. I want to thank the team from the from the Finance and Budget, as I second and support firmly that let's vote for this piece of legislation to take root today. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Roba and Senator Fernandi, take your seat. Senator Beatrice Akinyi. Senator for Homa Bay, kindly take your seat. Senator Korir. Now, honorable senators, I will now proceed to propose the question that the Senate adopt the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for financial year 2026-2027, which was laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, 17th of June 2026, and that, pursuant to Section 17.7 of the Public Finance Management Act, and Standing Order 189.3, the Senate approved the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the financial year 2026-2027. Now, the floor is open for debate. This being a procedural motion, with your concurrence, can the minority leader and the majority leader approach the chair, please? So, honorable senators, with the concurrence, I will proceed to put the question, and therefore I will ask the sergeant at arms to kindly close the door and draw the bar. However, before you do that, sergeant at arms, before you close the door and draw the bar, kindly ring the division bell for 2 minutes. Sergeant at times kindly close the door and draw the bar. Clerk, kindly confirm that the system is ready for voting so that I put the question. Good. Senator Manzo, kindly take your seat. Clerk, are we good to go? Senator Fernandi and Senator Boni, kindly take your seat. Go to your designated seat because we are voting. Honorable Senators, I will now put the question that the Senate adopt the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the year 2026-2027, which was laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, 17th of June, 2026. And Standing Order 189.3, the Senate approves the county government's equitable share cash disbursement schedule for the financial year 2026-2027. You may now proceed to vote. Senator Mbugua, you need to cast your vote, but just stay on your seat. The paper will be brought to you so that you may cast your vote. Honorable Senators, the division results are as follows. Senator Murango. Ayes 31 votes, nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it. The minority leader and the majority leader kindly approach the chair. Such times you may now withdraw the ban, open the door. So then we'll go back to statements. Order number 7. Clerk, you may call that order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Request for statements pursuant to Standing Order 53-1. The Honorable Senator for Kitui County, Senator Enoch Wambua. Senator, you have 2 statements, so you can take them at a go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, there is a senator standing in between me and you.
Senator Eddy, take your seat. You're out of order, and I'll give you a first question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of countrywide concern regarding the recent discovery of 4 bodies buried in shallow graves in Mwingi, Kitui County. Mr. Speaker, sir, Because Senator Gay and Senator Kenya are disturbing me. They can take. Thank you, the Speaker. I will take that again. The Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations on a matter of countrywide concern regarding the recent discovery of 4 bodies buried in shallow graves in Mwingi, Kitui County. Mr. Speaker, sir, this disturbing incident, coupled with the discovery of 3 other bodies near Tia River Bridge approximately 3 weeks earlier and within the same locality, has caused great anxiety among residents and raised serious concerns regarding public security and criminal activity in the area. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the identities of the 4 deceased persons whose bodies were recently exhumed, including whether their next of kin have been informed. Number 2, the places of origin and residence of the deceased persons, and whether investigations have established whether they were killed within Mwingi or elsewhere before their bodies were transported and buried at the site. 3, the measures being undertaken by the National Police Service to apprehend and prosecute all persons involved in the killings and concealment of the bodies, and the timelines within which the investigations are expected to be concluded. Number 4, the progress made in establishing the motive behind the killings, including whether the incidents are isolated criminal acts or part of the activities of an organized criminal network or murderous cartel operating within the region. And lastly, number 5, the status of investigations into a similar incident reported approximately 3 weeks earlier, in which 3 bodies were recovered near Tia River Bridge, less than 2 kilometers from the site where the 4 shallow graves were recently discovered, including whether any link has been established between the 2 incidents. Mr. Speaker, I will seek the second statement. Mr. Speaker, while the Senator from Mandera was consulting with you, something serious was happening in the chamber. This microphone has gone off on me 4 times, Mr. Speaker. We have raised these issues about this system for a long time, and the suppliers are here, Mr. Speaker. I can see a member of the PSC here. This embarrassment must be brought to an end. If this thing goes off against the Speaker, I'll take it personally against Senator Joyce, who sits here on behalf of the Parliamentary Service Commission. The Speaker, having said that, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the protection of farmers in Kitui County from exploitation by brokers and middlemen during the marketing of agricultural produce. Mr. Speaker, sir, agriculture remains a primary source of livelihood for the majority of households in Kitui County. However, due to limited access to markets, inadequate storage facilities, insufficient market information, and weak bargaining power, many farmers are compelled to sell their produce at unfairly low prices. This significantly reduces their incomes and undermines agricultural productivity and sustainability. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, measures the government has put in place to protect farmers from exploitation by brokers and middlemen in the marketing of agricultural produce. 2, the status of support and strengthening of agricultural cooperative societies and farmer organizations to enhance collective bargaining and secure better returns for farmers. 3, the interventions being undertaken to improve to storage facilities, market information, and other post-harvest support services. And number 4, measures being implemented to establish direct market linkages between farmers and buyers to improve farm gate prices and reduce reliance on exploitative intermediaries. Mr. Speaker, I thank you.
Honorable Senator Paris Tobiko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I arise to raise a statement on the environmental and health impact of the operations of Environmental Combustion Consultants Limited, ECCL, in Kajiado County. Mr. Speaker, I arise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the operations and environmental compliance of Environmental Combustion Consultants Limited in Kajiado County. Mr. Speaker, residents of Kaptei North, particularly in Embuyangat, Empatipat, Olturoto, and Ilasit areas in Kajiado County, have raised serious concerns regarding the operations of ECCL, commonly referred to as Moabe, a waste incineration facility located on land parcel number Kajiado Kaptei North, Kajiado/Kaptei North/24206. Mr. Speaker, the facility is said to be burning hazardous materials, including plastic waste, industrial chemical rejects, medical waste, and even e-waste, Mr. Speaker. The operations of the company have resulted in persistent emissions of thick smoke and offensive odors, causing health complications, including persistent coughing, breathing difficulties, severe headaches, and other related health concerns. There are further concerns, Mr. Speaker, regarding the location of the facility in a predominantly agricultural and residential area, as well as the existence of large waste containment lagoons within the premises, which are reported to contain unidentified liquid waste and chemical residues, posing a risk of soil contamination, water resources, and other surrounding environment. In the statement, the committee should address the following issues. 1, the circumstances under which ECCL was licensed and permitted to establish a hazardous waste incineration facility in a predominantly agricultural and residential area, including whether adequate public participation was undertaken before approval, including the dates of the exercise and particulars of stakeholders involved. That is one. Two, whether a comprehensive environmental, public health, and land use compliance audit has been undertaken by NEMA, the county government of Kajiado, and other relevant authorities, and if so, provide the findings of the audit and the company's compliance status. Number three, the status of air quality, soil quality, and water quality assessments conducted within the affected areas, including whether the findings have been shared with the affected residents. Number four, the nature and composition of substances stored in the dams, lagoons, ponds, or reservoirs within the company's premises, and whether a forensic and assessment has been conducted to determine the impact on public health and the environment. Number five, whether the government intends to review, suspend, or revoke approvals, permits, and licenses issued to the company in light of the reports of compliance with county licensing requirements, public health standards, and environmental laws. Number six and final, the enforcement actions being taken to compel the company to undertake environmental restoration and remediation measures for any environmental damage occasioned by its operations. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Senator for Tharaka Nithi County, the Honorable Mwena Gataya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the challenges facing green grams farmers in Tharaka Nithi County. Mr. Speaker, sir, green gram is a major source of livelihood for thousands of residents in Tharaka Nithi County. Despite its immense potential, farmers continue to grapple with post-harvest losses, high production costs, and exploitation by brokers, which expose them to significant financial losses every harvest season. These persistent challenges have undermined incomes and threaten the sustainability of livelihoods for households and that depend on green gram and farming as a primary source of income. In the statement, Honorable Speaker, the committee should address the following: the measures being taken to create structured markets and expand local and international market access for green grams farmers in Tharaka Nithi County, the measures in place to protect farmers from exploitation by intermediaries and brokers, including enforcement of fair trade practices. Number three, Honorable Speaker, the committee should also look at the plans to allocate or mobilize resources for establishing a green gram processing factory in Tharaka Nithi County to promote value addition, create employment, and support local and export markets. Number four, Honorable Speaker, the committee should also look at the interventions for long-term solutions to secure fair and stable prices, including the establishment of a minimum guaranteed price and a price stabilization fund with clear timelines for rollout. The last, Honorable Speaker, but not the least, the committee should also look at the mechanisms established across the counties to caution farmers against post-harvest losses, including losses caused by market shortages and oversupplying during peak seasons. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. This is Senator Mwenda Gataya, More Fire, CBS Member of Parliament, Tharaka Nithi County. Thank you.
Senator Kavindu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I have two statements. A request for statement on the alleged discovery of 3 bodies in Kadhiani and Matungulu sub-counties in Machakos County. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee of National Security and Defense, Foreign Relations, on a matter of countrywide concerns regarding a discovery of 3 bodies in Kadhiani and Matungulu sub-counties in Machakos County under suspicious and disturbing circumstances. Mr. Speaker, sir, 2 bodies were discovered in Kaiwa location in Kadhiani sub-county, while a 3rd body was discovered at Koma area, Kalima village in Matungulu sub-county. These discoveries have raised serious concerns about violence, crime, and insecurity, and have caused public anxiety among residents. In this statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the circumstances leading to the deaths of the 3 and the discovery of their bodies in Machakos County, including whether the incident are officially recorded by government security agencies. 2, the status of investigations into the deaths, including steps taken to establish the identities of the deceased persons, notified and notify their next of kin. 3, whether the suspects behind the murder of the 3 persons have been identified and arrested and arraigned to court to face charges. 4, the long-term plan in place to strengthen security operations, enhance intelligence, and prevent reoccurrence of similar cases in Machakos County and the surrounding areas. Senator Agnes Kavindu Mudhama MP, Machakos County.
Senator Sigei.
The other statement, Mr. Speaker, I'll read it.
Statements?
Yeah, I'll read it later. Let Sigei finish, then I pick the other one I read.
Senator Sigei, you may proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads, Transportation and Housing on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the failure by the county government of Bomet to pay contractors for completed roadworks. Mr. Speaker, sir, several companies that were contracted by the county government of Bomet to undertake road maintenance and construction works between the year 2020-2021 and 2024-2025 financial years are yet to be paid by the county government despite completing all scopes of work, meeting all contractual obligations, and handing back the sites to the county government. This has placed severe financial strain on the affected companies and points to a systemic failure in the county government's financial management in light of the fact that the non-payment spans multiple financial years. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the list of the companies contracted by the county government of Bomet to undertake road maintenance and construction works in the year 2020-2021, 2021-22, 2022-23, 2023-24, and 2024-2025 financial years, including the respective contractual sums. 2, the percentage of works completed by each contractor, including details on the total amount paid for the completed works. 3, the reasons for the failure by the county government to settle the outstanding balances owed to the contractors. 4, the annual breakdown of the budgetary allocations and expenditures for road maintenance and construction projects in the specified financial years, and the criteria applied by the county government in prioritizing payments to the contracted companies. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, the plan by the county government, if any, to settle the outstanding balances, including details on the associated timelines and the budgetary provisions earmarked for the same. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Fernandez. That statement is dropped. Senator Karungo Thangwa, the senator for Kiambu County.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Information, Communication and Technology on a matter of national concern regarding the status of the Constituency Digital Innovation Hubs project and the legal and policy framework supporting the digital economy in Kenya. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government initiated the Constituency Digital Innovation Hubs project as part of its efforts to promote digital inclusion, innovation, entrepreneurship, and employment opportunities for the young people across the country. A pilot digital innovation hub was established in Limuru constituency in 2017, and a planned rollout of similar hubs across the country has been marked by limited public information. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the status of the Constituency Digital Innovation Hubs project, including the number of hubs planned, completed, and operational across the country, and the implementation timelines for the remaining hubs. 2, the total amount of funds allocated, disbursed, and utilized for the project since inception, indicating the sources of funding, procurement arrangements, and measures in place to ensure accountability and sustainability. 3, the governance and management framework for the project, including the roles of the Ministry of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy, county governments, and other implementing agencies. 4, the legal and policy framework supporting the establishment, operation, and sustainability of the Constituency Digital Innovations Hubs, and its alignment with the Kenya's digital economy blueprint and other national digital transformation initiatives. And 5, Mr. Speaker, the impact of the digital innovation hubs on youth employment, digital skills development, and entrepreneurship, and the measures being undertaken to ensure equitable access for youth in rural, marginalized, and underserved areas. Mr. Speaker, I request.
Senator Rafael Chimera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a request for a statement regarding the stalled Kombani Fresh Produce Market project in Kwale County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 531 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations on a matter of county-wide concern regarding the prolonged and unexplained stalling of the Kombani Fresh Produce Market project in Kwale County. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Kombani Fresh Produce Market in Kwale County was commissioned in December 2021 at a cost of approximately Kenya shillings 130 million. The project, co-funded by the European Union and the county government of Kwale, was intended for good purpose to serve over 1,000 traders and farmers as a modern wholesale market. However, Mr. Speaker, the project has stalled for a very prolonged period, denying the residents of Kombani and Kwale at large the intended benefits of the project. In the statement, the committee should address the following issues, Mr. Speaker. Number 1, the factors responsible for the stalling of the project. including the reasons for the dispute between the contractor and the county government, a breakdown of unpaid arrears, and the impacts on the facilities operationalization. Number two, Mr. Speaker, the total budget for the project, funds disbursed and expended so far on the construction of the market to date, and any pending financial obligations. Number three, whether measures have been put in place to ensure accountability, transparency, and sustainability of the project, including oversight by the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority and mechanisms to safeguard against mismanagement. Last, Mr. Speaker, the interventions, if any, by the county government of Kwale and the ministry responsible for devolution to resolve the disputes, operationalize the markets, and deliver the intended benefits to traders, farmers, and the people of Kwale at large. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget regarding procurement of plumbing, drainage, sewer treatment, and firefighting installation works under the tender reference number KIRD 042526 at the Kenya Industrial Research and Development Institute, KIRD. Mr. Speaker, sir, public procurement is governed by the principles of transparency, accountability, fairness, competitiveness, and value for money, as enshrined in the Constitution and the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015. Concerns have been raised in regard to the procurement process, evaluation, and award of the contract. In the statement, the committee should address the following: details of the budgetary provisions made for plumbing, drainage, sewer treatment, and firefighting installation works, including the source of funding and approved budget. 2, whether the procurement method adopted complied with the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015 and the justification for its application. The criteria used in the qualification and evaluation of bidders, and whether these communicated to all bidders. The status of compliance with procurement laws and regulation during tendering, opening, technical evaluation, and financial evaluation, including how the successful bidder was determined. Whether approval for the procurement and award was duly granted by the head of procurement and other relevant authorities, supported by a professional opinion. The details of the awarded contract, including the name of the company, contract sum, scope of works, timeliness for completion, implementation status, advance payment, and compliance reporting to Public Procurement and Oversight Authority. Senator Jackson Mandago, EJH MP, Senator Uasin Gishu County.
Senator Kavindo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. A request for a statement on the lynching of 3 young men in Machakos County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53.1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee of National Security, Defense, Foreign Affairs, Foreign Relations on a matter of countrywide concerns regarding the tragic lynching of 3 young men, namely Kennedy Katu, Stanley Mudhungu, and Charles Motiso in Machakos town on the 31st of May 2026. Mr. Speaker, sir, the circumstances surrounding the death of the 3 have generated widespread public concerns and raised serious questions regarding mob justice, public safety, and the protection of the constitutional rights. While initial reports alleged that the victims were involved in criminal activities, subsequent accounts from family members, witnesses, and local residents have disputed these claims and called for a comprehensive investigations into the event regarding to their deaths. The incident has highlighted the dangers of misinformation, extrajudicial punishment, and the growing prevalence of mob justice in the country. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, circumstances surrounding the deaths of the 3 young men, including the findings of any investigations undertaken by the National Police Service and the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, DCI. 2, the status of investigations into the individuals who participated in the inciting of the mob attack, including measures taken to identify, arrest, and prosecute those responsible. 3, the role of law enforcement agencies before, during, and after the incident, including whether there was a timely police response and what action were taken to prevent the incident. 4, the measures being implemented by the Ministry of Interior and National Administration and the National Police Service to curb the mob justice, strengthen public on the rule of law, and enhance public confidence in the criminal justice systems. Senator Agnes Kavindu Mudhama, MP, Senator Machakos County. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, statement pursuant to Standing Order 57-1, the Majority Leader. That statement is deferred. Before I allow comments on these Senator Okoli, do you have instructions to make this statement on behalf of the Majority Leader?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Statement number 15 of 2026. Statement by the Senate Majority Leader on the business of the Senate for the week commencing Tuesday, 14th July 2026, pursuant to Standing Order 57-1. Mr. Speaker, sir, pursuant to Standing Order 57-1, I hereby present the business for the week commencing Tuesday, 14th July 2026. As honorable senators are aware, in accordance with the calendar of the 5th session, the Senate will proceed to recess at the rise of the Senate today. Regular sittings will resume on Tuesday, 14th July 2026. Mr. Speaker, sir, before I proceed with the statement, honorable senators may recall that during the sitting of Wednesday, 17th June 2026, the Senate considered and passed the following. 1. The County Allocation of Revenue Bill, Senate Bills number 10 of 2026, and the County Government's Additional Allocation Bill, Senate number 8 of 2026. These bills have been referred to the National Assembly for consideration. I take this opportunity to thank honorable senators for the good work that was done on Wednesday. Nevertheless, even as we break for recess, there still remains substantial business pending conclusion in the Senate. As indicated in today's order paper, at order number 8, a motion on consideration of the report of the Standing Committee on Finance Budget on the County Government's Equitable Share Cash Disbursement Schedule for the financial year 2026-2027 has been listed. Further, at order number 10 and 11, there are 2 bills awaiting division at the second reading. In addition, at order number 12, there is a motion on consideration of the reports of the Select Committee on Delegated Legislation on this consideration School Transport Rules 2026, Legal Notice number 11 of 2026, the Traffic Motor Vehicle Inspection Rules 2026, Legal Notice number 13 of 2026, and the National Transport and Safety Authority Operation of Commercial Vehicles Regulations 2026, Legal Notice number 14 of 2026, which is also awaiting division further from orders number 19 to 26. There are 8 bills awaiting division at the Committee of the Whole. I therefore request honorable senators to remain in the chamber so that we may consider and conclude the important business before the House. Further, I request the party whips to mobilize the requisite number of delegations for the divisions to be undertaken. Mr. Speaker, sir, as regards to pending business before the Senate, the status is as follows. 61 bills are pending conclusion, of which 40 are at second reading, 20 are at Committee of the Whole, and 1 is awaiting first reading. 12 motions are pending conclusion. 20 petitions are pending before the respective standing committees. Of these, 16 are due for and 517 statements pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 are under consideration by standing committees. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the next sitting of the Senate on Tuesday, 14th July 2026, the tentative business for the day will include business not concluded from today's order paper, as well as business indicated in the paper. The tentative business for the morning sitting on Wednesday, 15th July 2026, will include questions to Cabinet Secretaries as approved by the Senate Business Committee, as well as motions. The questions scheduled are those to the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry, and Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Roads and Transport. Mr. Speaker, sir, the tentative business for the afternoon sitting on Wednesday, 15th July 2026, will include business not concluded from Tuesday's order paper and the following. Bills at second reading. The Agriculture and Food Authority Amendment Bill, Senate number 13 of 2023. The County Government's Amendment Bill, Senate number 39 of 2024. The Street Naming and Property Addressing System Bill, Senate number 43 of 2024. The County Government Laws Amendment Bill, Senate number 14 of 2025. The Kenya Health Products and Technologies Regulatory Authority Bill, National Assembly number 54 of 2022. And finally, the Mining Amendment Bill, Senate number 22 of 2025. Bills at Committee of the Whole. The Sports Bill, Senate number 33 of 2024. The Agriculture Produce Minimum Guarantee Returns Bill, number 17 of 2025. The National Construction Authority Amendment Bill, Senate Bills number 15 of 2025. The Environmental Management and Coordination Amendment Bill, National Assembly number 66 of 2023, and the Autism Management Bill, Senate number 19 of 2025. Motions. The rising cases of student unrest, arson and insecurity in schools in Kenya. And the projected business for Thursday, 16th July 2026, will include business not concluded in the order paper for Wednesday, 15th July 2026, and any other business scheduled by the Senate Business Committee. Mr. Speaker, sir, I thank you and hereby lay the statement on the table of the Senate. Senator Aaron Cheriot, Majority Leader. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Senators, before I allow comments on these statements, there is a statement by the Senator Fernandi that had been dropped. Being the last day for this session, you may proceed, Honorable Senator, to read. He has given valid reason. He had gone to address the Kenyans who are out there demonstrating and picketing.
Mr. Speaker, and I was doing on your direction to address, so I was on Speaker's assignment. Mr. Speaker, request for statement on the plight of ECD teachers in Nandi County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education on a matter of county-wide concern regarding welfare, terms of service, and career progression of early childhood development education (ECED) teachers in Nandi County. Mr. Speaker, sir, on 16 June 2026, ECD teachers in Nandi County staged demonstrations to highlight long-standing grievances affecting their welfare, including the absence of schemes of service, lack of promotion, and despite academic advancement, absence of a clear organizational structure and job grading framework, inadequate remuneration, delayed salaries, job insecurity, and insufficient engagement by the county government of Nandi on matters affecting their welfare. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, current staffing establishment and terms and conditions of service at ECED teachers in Nandi County, indicating the number of teachers and their employment status and job groups, and whether these align with those of ECD teachers in other counties and comparable public officers. So, Speaker, number 2, steps taken to implement the scheme of service and to develop a clear organization structure and career progression pathways. Number 3, concrete plans for promotion and career advancement, particularly for those who have upgraded their academic and professional qualifications. Number 4, Mr. Speaker, sir, remuneration framework and compliance, including salaries, allowances, and alignment with salaries and remuneration commission guidelines, as well as addressing delayed payments and payroll irregularities. And finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, job security and engagement, including absorption into permanent and pensionable terms where applicable, and structured dialogue with teachers to prevent future disruptions. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the indulgence.
Now, Senator Fernandi, having gone to listen to the grievances by the Health Union Caucus, you were presented.
Chairperson of Finance Bill, I hope you are in your place to proceed with this. Honorable Mbui, what's over there? Go ahead, Honorable Mbui.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree with the
Honorable Kaluma. Honorable Wundo, take your seats.
I want to agree with the Speaker that basically we have to respect the Constitution, especially Article 114 on money bills. But Mr. Speaker, this debate on the finance bill was done yesterday and was concluded yesterday at 1. Now, Mr. Speaker, if now it comes on the order paper today, there is absolutely no way then any member would have had the opportunity to do the consultation required. So I want to go on record that maybe in the future we ensure that we give enough time for members to be able to propose amendments, do the consultation with the committees, so that we go to committee of the House when we are all of us okay. Because right now I thought I would have been deliberating my proposals, but it looks like the law has locked me out. It isn't because we don't know the law. It's just because there was not enough time, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Kaluma. The Honorable Majority Leader, what do you have to say on this? The Honorable Mbui's comments are fair comment. Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with Honorable Robert Mbui, and he's correct. And the Speaker was more correct, quoting Shakespeare, that the law is an ass, but the Constitution is probably a bigger one, because Article 114 is in our Constitution. But we should also be honest with Kenyans, so that we don't make it look like it is either the Constitution or the law that is barring us from doing what we are doing. All that happened yesterday, and it's good that we set this on record and set the record straight, we debated the bill in second reading. The bill was not introduced yesterday. This bill was published, I want to get the correct date so that I don't misquote anything. The bill was published at the end of, Chair, you can tell me, the Chair is the one who signed it. This bill came here in the House in April and was published on the 5th of May. The moment a bill is published and you read it, you are at liberty to start engaging with the National Treasury, and therefore we had 1 month and about 10 plus days to engage with the National Treasury, to engage with the committee on any amendment. And therefore nobody should feel that you have been in any way been stopped from proposing amendments, because the Constitution, the drafters of the Constitution, some of who still are in this House, were very clear on when they drafted this Constitution that there will be adequate time. That is why even in our standing orders, you can't publish a bill today and introduce it tomorrow. There's publication time that is there. Therefore, I sympathize with my brother, the Honorable Robert Mbui. Next time we will make sure that we remind you to engage with the National Treasury and the committee early enough.
The Honorable Member for Tetu, member for the great people of Tetu, the Honorable Wandeto. You got a mic next to you. Yes. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I think I join my colleague Robert Bui. And there are two things here. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, there were many people waiting on your list to contribute to this. But there was a sudden calling of the mover to reply. Indeed, when very many people would have wished to contribute and maybe make their voice known. Just like we say in this House, the majority may have their way, but at least allow the minority to have their say. The second one, Mr. Speaker, is that even some of us who wanted to propose amendments, I had some amendments I had drafted to the Tax Procedures Act to allow gradual implementation of this new monster called e-teams, which is hurting our small traders. And Mr. Speaker, I sent my memorandum to all possible offices.
Honorable members. Honorable members. The Speaker has made a ruling. I just thought that because the Honorable Mbui was affected, I thought he should make a comment on it. Now, I'll not allow any other comment on this matter, apart from one that I'll hear from the leader of the minority, because the point you've raised the first time, the Honorable Wandeto, I was here yesterday. That is passé. It's water under the bridge. We cannot come and complain about what happened yesterday when nothing wrong went on yesterday. And the Honorable Makali, on matters that are new. If you talk about matters that have been passed on by the Speaker, I will cut you off. Go ahead, the Honorable Junet, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I wanted to bring to your attention that we are in the committee of the whole House.
Correct.
We are not doing second reading, and we are not doing first reading, and there is no debate. More importantly, Mr. Speaker, I also want to bring to your attention that I agree with what members have raised, but Standing Order 95 remains in our standing orders. That any member can stand in his place anytime and ask for the mover to reply. And the Speaker puts that question on the floor of the House. If you don't want the debate to end, you defeat that question the Speaker has put on Standing Order 95. This is a house of tradition, and this is a house of procedure, Mr. Speaker. And we have not started Parliament yesterday, today. I knew some of our members are new, and they are slow learners. But that is the position of the House.
Makali Mulu.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I totally agree with the Speaker's ruling, and we are not questioning it. But it is important we also go on record with a number of issues relating to the procedure. Honorable Speaker, everybody in this House knows that amendments to a bill are only allowed at the third reading, which means there is no other level where you can do amendments. So, Honorable Speaker, what I would say, and this is for the future, because this is now water under the bridge. I think then what it means is basically that before we go for a third reading for any money-related bill, it would be important to create some time between so that members can go to the chairperson of the committee, and if there is need, consult Treasury, so that we don't lock members from making amendments, because there is no way you can amend a bill at second reading. And that one, you know, Honorable Speaker. Okay. If that was possible, Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Ndindi's comments would have gone to the bill.
Correct.
And I think it's better that we go on record.
Thank
on
you.
That. Thank you, Honorable
The
Chairperson.
Honorable Makali Mulu, what you said is right, but the Honorable Ichungwa said something that's very important, because then we'll end up in confusion. You and I have been in this house now 13 years. We do bills, second reading in the morning, and do committee in the afternoon. What the Honorable Ichungwa said, which every member must remember, is that as soon as a bill is published, prepare your amendments, file them with the table office. There is no timeline upon which you must file your amendments, so that in case something happens like what happened now, your amendments are in file. This is important. It's good to listen sometimes too, that if you do amendments early, then there will be no excuse to leave them out. That is very important, that there's no timeline upon which you must file your amendments. You can file them as soon as a bill is read the first time. We'll now proceed to the Committee of the Whole House of the bill concerned, the Finance Bill number 26 of 2026. Let's go ahead.
Provisions relating to the Income Tax Act, Cap 470, Clause 2.
Honourable members, I propose the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill. The Honourable Chair of the Finance Committee.
Honourable Chair, I beg to move that Clause 2 be amended as per the order paper. Honourable Speaker, this particular amendment is seeking to clarify that when it comes to distribution of software, they do not constitute royalties in line with international best practice. Further, this amendment to the definition of withdrawals and winnings is seeking to correct clerical errors and to provide clarity on the definition. The amendment is to specifically exclude money transfer service, Honourable Speaker.
Thank all members. I propose a question that Clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chair of the Finance Committee. I now put the question, members, that Clause 2 be amended as proposed by the Chairman of the Finance Committee. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as the opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Members, I now put the question that Clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? Ayes, of course, have it.
Clause 3.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Honourable Speaker, I beg to propose that Clause 3 be amended as per the order paper. Honourable Speaker, this particular amendment is the one that is seeking to define what gratuity is. Please, Honourable Chair, please help me. I can't concentrate. So let me try again, Honourable Chair. Honourable Chair, I beg to move that clause 3 be amended as per the order paper, Honourable Speaker. This amendment is seeking to clarify what gratuity is, Honourable Speaker. In addition, this particular amendment is providing incentives to the national carrier in order to boost our aviation sector, Honourable Speaker. As you're aware, Kenya Airways has faced some challenges from global competition, and therefore this Honourable House, through this amendment, is seeking to provide further incentives to Kenya Airways, which is defined now here as a national carrier, Honourable Speaker, so that they can be competitive around the aviation sector.
All members, I propose the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I put the question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Members, I now put the question that Clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 4.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. Remember, there will be no amendment. I now put the question that Clause 4 be part of the bill. As another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clauses 5, 6, and 7.
Members, I propose the question that clauses 5, 6, and 7 be part of the bill. There being no amendment, I put the question that clauses 5, 6, and 7 be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 8.
Members, I propose a question that clause 8 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 8 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Speaker, it's important to note that this amendment is not substantive, but only seeking to clarify the provisions of that, that new section 11 of the Income Tax Act. I beg to move, Honorable Chair.
Members, I propose the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed by the Chair of the Finance Committee. I now put the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed by the Chair of the Finance Committee. Will the other opinion say aye? As the opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Members, I now put the question that clause 8 as amended be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 9.
Members, I propose the question that clause 9 be part of the bill. There being no amendment, I put the question that clause 9 be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 10.
Members, I propose the question that clause 10 be part of the bill. Chairperson. Clause 10, Chairperson.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 10 be amended as per the order paper, Honorable Speaker, that in subsection 2, by inserting the following new provision, provided that in case of a person carrying out a money lending business, bank or financial institution licensed under the Banking Act, Microsoft Act or Central Bank Act, a debt that has become bad in accordance with guidelines issued by a commissioner shall include principal, interest, and any other amount. Honorable Chair, this is a very critical amendment, Honorable Speaker, because currently, as it is in the law, if a bank or a microfinance institution incurs a loss on their bad debts, then there has been a limitation on them not being allowed to claim that as bad debts. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, this now provision will make it cheaper, Honorable Speaker, to access banks, Honorable Speaker, to access these particular loans by allowing these institutions to claim bad debts, Honorable Speaker, and to seal loopholes that have been used in the computations. I beg to move, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Order the Honorable Kaluma. Order. Members, I propose the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the Chairperson Finance Committee. I now put the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. Will have another opinion say aye? Will as those of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question, members, that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as those of the contrary opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15.
All members, I propose the question that clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 be part of the bill. There being no amendments, members, I put the question that clauses 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 16.
Members, I propose the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 16 be amended as per the order paper. This is the issue of deemed dividend distribution. The proposed introduction of a 60% deemed dividend distribution threshold would improve an unnecessary burden on businesses and limit the ability to retain earnings for reinvestments. Noting further that existing legal framework already provides sufficient discretion to address tax avoidance concerns. So, Honorable Speaker, this is one of the issues that I know some of the members from across the aisle had raised, Honorable Speaker, and the committee listened to the members of the public, and we have now proposing this particular amendment, Honorable Speaker.
All members, I propose the question that clause 16 be amended to propose by the Chair of Finance Committee. I now put the question that clause 16 be amended as proposed by the Chairperson of the Finance Committee. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. All members, I now put the question that clause 16 as amended be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. All members, as we say ayes and nays, order. As we say ayes and nays, we are joined by students from Kongotik Girls School, Bomet Central in Bomet County, in the speakers gallery, and students from Muya Comprehensive School, Kiambaa constituency, Kiambu County, Redeemed Hope, and then you have children from, this is Muya Comprehensive Redeeming Hope Senior School from Kiambaa, and Redeemed Hope Senior School in Bakasi, Nairobi. They are all welcome for the proceedings this afternoon. Honorable Manager, you want to say something about the bill or the students? Okay, 30 seconds. Give it to Honorable Manager. You got the mic.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I just want to welcome the students to Parliament as they observe the Committee of the Whole. That school that Redeemed Hope from Embakasi West is in Umoja, Honorable Speaker, and they've been, it's one of those schools that is really rising and helping, especially the underprivileged. And I think on your behalf of Mr. Chairman and the House, let me welcome the students once again to observe the proceedings as we pass and oppose the finance bill. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think the students are sufficiently encouraged by your statements, and we welcome the full proceedings. The Honorable Leader, what you want to the students of the bill?
Chair, allow me also in 30 seconds to welcome those students.
Go ahead.
And to also inform them that when we vote in the affirmative or in the negative, it is part of our democracy. But it is also good for us to realize that in some of the proposals where we are reducing taxes, if you are voting no, you are saying those high taxes that Kenyans have been complaining about to remain. So be careful.
Okay, that is the effort. We were welcoming students to the House. There's no debate. There's nothing out of order. This has been done. Honorable members. Honorable members, I only allowed the two members to welcome students to the House. On this side, the Honorable Mwenja did it for us. On this side, the Honorable Chunga has done it for us. Let me hear from the Honorable Member for Embakasi. Is it East or South? South.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we don't want any useless advice.
Are you welcoming students or talking about a debate?
I'm talking about the
gentleman. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. All members, the effect of our voting on clause 16 is that clause 16 is deleted from the Finance Bill 2026. Let's go ahead.
Clause 17.
The Honorable Mawade. The Honorable Mawade. Did you use the word useless in your statement?
Yes.
Did you use the word useless in your statement? Will you proceed?
I withdraw and apologize.
Yeah, gentlemen, thank you. Yeah, gentlemen, thank you so much. Let's proceed. No, that's passed. That's been passed. That's gone.
Clause 17.
I propose a question that clause 17 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 17 be amended as per the order paper. This proposed, Honorable Speaker, is to repeal the proposed repeal of the exemption on payments by the national carrier to non-resident service providers would increase business costs, raise compliance and operational expenses, and disadvantage access to specialized foreign services critical for maintaining international aviation standards. Further, the amendment is seeking to provide clarity on payments made by a resident air transport operator designated by the government as a national carrier or a non-resident person, Honorable Speaker. What this means, Honorable Speaker, voting yes to this particular amendment would mean we are approving these measures to make our Kenya Airways very strategic and very competitive. And voting no on this amendment, Honorable Speaker, means disadvantaging Kenya Airways and giving our competitors, which are other airlines, Honorable Speaker, a better opportunity, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Oh, members, I now propose the order. I now propose the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. The Honorable Biegon, what do you have to say on this?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I wanted to put the point of to ask the point of for a point of order.
No, you already have the mic.
To know as to why
You are denying me to say hello to my students. You must not, that's not your right, so you cannot claim it. It's not your right. Go ahead and do what you want to do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity also to welcome my students from Kongwati Girls from Bomet East. And I would like to tell them that you are most welcome to this August House. And this is a place where some of you might even land in the near future. And what do you say about this particular amendment? I support. Thank you. All members, I now put the honorable member for Nandi, please. Please go ahead.
You know, Honorable Speaker, the person who should have had the heaviest comment to make about this particular amendment that is very progressive was the Honorable Yegon, because he actually works with the airlines and he does a lot of business with it. But Honorable Speaker, allow me to borrow his words so that I can be able to say and appreciate the committee for actually considering this amendment. This is part of the issues that the eyes of the Kenyans who do business and even travel around here had actually picked. So this is a very progressive amendment to make sure that our national carrier, that is the pride of Africa, gets to continue flying and gets to make more profits. So I support this amendment.
Members, I put the question, therefore, that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. Will as that opinion say aye? Will as opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question, members, that clause 17 as amended be part of the bill. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have those opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 18.
Now, members, I propose the question that clause 18 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 18 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Speaker, by deleting clause 18, Honorable Speaker, this was where Kenyans were telling us the nil return filers, Honorable Speaker, there were further requirements that were being recommended for them in this particular bill, Honorable Speaker. And having listened to the views of the members of the public, they felt the status quo for filing of nil returns should remain. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, voting yes for this particular amendment would mean that Kenyans that file nil returns would have no extra burden, Honorable Speaker. Voting no to this amendment would mean that then we would have more requirements on taxpayers, Honorable Speaker, on nil return filers, Honorable Speaker, and this would be very problematic. This is one of the things we pick from public participation, Honorable Speaker.
Members, I propose the question. I now propose the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. The Honorable Pukose.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think this is a very good amendment because considering that anybody who is over 18 years is supposed to file returns, and you'll find that we have students who are at the university who are not employed, and they have been filing returns. Even some of them who are in other countries, they have been calling us to ask that they are supposed to file returns because KRA has returned. Now, by deleting this, it means that those students can still file nil returns because they are not employed. Correct. And therefore, I know my colleagues have entered into rejection mode, but I think this is a good amendment that we should all of us support.
Okay.
With those few remarks, I support.
Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Honorable Chair, I rise to support this amendment, and as the Chair has said, the proposal in the bill was to move people who are doing their returns, nil returns, people who have no income to declare to KRA for tax purposes. They would have been forced to report by the end of January, to file their returns by the end of January, 30 days after. What the Chair is doing, in conformity, again, for the interest of those who say that public participation bears no answers to the people of Kenya. The people of Kenya, during public participation, for those who cared to read the committee's report, the people of Kenya say they want the status quo. Even if you are filing the return, you don't have to file in January. Therefore, by supporting this and voting yes, I am agreeing with the public. And anyone voting no is disagreeing with Kenyans on that particular provision and telling Kenyans that they now, if you are filing new returns, our students, our university students, because they get help loans, many of them register for PIN numbers. If you have a PIN number with the prefix A, then the bill was saying you file your returns by the 31st of January. That is why we are voting yes.
Thank you.
To help Kenyans.
Thank you. The Honorable Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I want to say that I am happy that the House is agreeing with us that we reject the proposal from the executive. That is why we are voting on this one, yes.
All right, the Honorable Member for Nyeri. Over there. No, for Kirinyaga, sorry.
You know, it is very interesting that the majority leader can purport that they are doing young Kenyans a favor, while it is indeed them who had put this punitive provision in the finance bill. It is...
Okay. No, you must allow... Order. You'll allow that member her time to make a point. Go ahead. Finish your point.
It is unfathomable that he is the one suppressing the young people of Kenya and yet pretending to offer them help.
Thank you. Thank you. The Honorable Minority Leader. I'm going to give you. I'll give you.
Chair, first...
Let's have him first, then you come.
Chair, first I stand to support this amendment. But Chair, I'm happy that my deputy has acknowledged and he has realized that legislation is done in the House and not in the streets. So you should propose more so that we can agree with him, Chair. Because they want to do it in the streets other than doing it here, and now we are agreeing with them. For the benefit of Kenyans, and the amendment belongs to the committee and not him.
The Honorable Leader, you have something you want to say about...
Chair, no, just because the Honorable Member for Kirinyaga, my good friend, Jerry Maina, mentioned me adversely, saying that I brought the bill. This bill, first, I know she has not read it also. Is signed by the chair of the Finance Committee. Honorable Speaker, if you... Honorable Speaker, I'm very meticulous. In my
that's too below.
This bill, for the benefit of those who have not read this...
Honorable Leader, that is too below the skirt. That is too below the skirt, you will withdraw it. That is too below the skirt,
thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair, for your guidance. I beg to withdraw that reference.
Thank you.
But for the benefit of those who have not read this bill, for their benefit, this bill is signed by the Honorable Kuria Kimani, MP, Chairperson, Finance and National Planning. Number 2, FCPA. Number 2, Honorable Chair, this bill, these are proposals that come from the National Treasury. The Chairperson of the Finance and National Planning Committee does not have a single proposal coming from him. These are proposals from the executive. So for the benefit of my good friend Jerry Maina, to know that you and the chair of the Finance Committee and myself are legislators, we oversight and represent the people. That is why when the chair proposed we amend the date on behalf of young Kenyans, I prevailed upon you, and the leader of minority has agreed with us that we need to agree with the committee.
Thank you.
That this proposal is good. Don't just vote more no.
Thank you.
Because Wamunyoro has said you vote no.
Thank you. No. I will indulge the chairperson of the committee to say a word, then you can put the question.
Chair, I want to raise on standing order number 91, where a member shall be responsible for the accuracy of any facts which the member alleges to be true and may be required to substantiate any such facts instantly. Honorable Chair, the leader of minority has said that they are voting no to these particular proposals. They are helping Kenyans. It is important, Deputy Minority Leader, the Honorable Robert Mbui. In that case, therefore, Honorable Speaker, that statement is the opposite. Because, Honorable Speaker, by them voting no for this particular clause, it would mean a big problem for those people who file returns, Honorable Speaker. So it is very important that the leader of minority, the deputy leader of minority does not misinform this House just to speak to the gallery.
Thank you so much.
It is important that he withdraws that particular statement so that Kenyans can know the import of them voting no to this particular process.
Thank you.
So that they're not there saying how they're being helpful and they're doing the opposite.
The Honorable Andeto, 30 seconds. Go ahead. 30 seconds, then we'll put the question, please.
I'm waiting. Thank you, Speaker. It is important what the majority leader has said, that this is indeed a bill of the executive, which sadly, the Honorable Kimani Kuria signed. I don't know whether he read it before he signed. And now we are here, Mr. Speaker, to rubber stamp the work of the executive. So after they realize the heat from the public...
Order, Honorable Wandeto. Order. You know, members, I'm very patient with every member. But you know, when you get the mic, don't raise issues that create heat, mostly because they are not legal, they are not factual. There's no reason for that. So that we proceed. Order. On this particular matter, members know this, that there's no minister who is in this house. So all bills come to this house will come in the names of chairpersons or resolution committees. You don't need to talk about it. It's not. All members, I now put the question that clause 18 be amended as proposed by the chairperson of the Finance Committee. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Members, I put the question, therefore, that clause 18 as amended be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will another opinion say nay? Thank you. The ayes have it.
Clause 19.
Members, I propose the question that clause 19 be part of the bill. Chairperson.
19. Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 19 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, this amendment is seeking to improve compliance and tax administration efficiency by simplifying filing of returns, where we are saying that individual taxpayers will file within 4 months, after 4 months, Honorable Speaker, within 4 months, Honorable Speaker, and for corporates within 6 months, Honorable Speaker. This is going to reduce the rush that we see at the end of the year by allowing by allowing 2 different dates for filing of returns for individuals and for corporates. And Honorable Speaker, now that the Honorable Wandeto did mention me, I would like to inform the Honorable Wandeto, and I'm hoping that in the next Parliament you'll be able to come as a committee chairperson. Committee chairpersons carry bills from the executive as per the law. The same way the leader of majority party, being the leader of government business in the House, carries all the other bills from the executive. So it's important to clarify that, and I'm hoping that if God gives you a chance to come as a second term, you will understand that, Honorable Speaker.
No,
you don't just say things for the sake of saying.
I think he knows. I think he knows. He knows. He just changed sides. I now put the question that clause 19, order. Clause 19, he will say something after I propose the question, please. I propose the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed by the chairperson of the Finance Committee. The Honorable Janet.
Chair, I want to support this amendment. Chair, you know, we have been telling Kenyans that this finance bill is making tax administration easier, simpler, efficient, predictable. Chair, this amendment is giving individual tax returnees, the people who are doing returns, 4 months, and corporate 6 months. Without any rush, you take your time, you compute your taxes, and do it within 4 months as an individual, and 6 months. This should be told Kenyans that National Treasury is making their life easier and simpler, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Chep Konga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you for recognizing me for being here. That this part of the House
is part of Parliament, it's part of the House. Go ahead.
Part of the House. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. There are some people here who think that they are in Turkana, but this is part of the House. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support this bill. Number one, this will make it very easy.
What did you say, the Honorable Chep Konga? Did you say something about Turkana?
No. There's a song which says Turkana is also Kenya, and that's what they have been singing around here. Mr. Speaker, I rise to support this bill. And Mr. Speaker, I want to say something which is important. You know, as a lawyer, and I want to speak to this question, because it appears that there's some confusion here, which is intentional. Mr. Speaker, when Honorable Wandeto says that this House cannot, or the chairs cannot sign the bills that come into this house to be introduced from the executive. He is completely unaware that we passed a new constitution in 2010 that made this country a presidential system. It is no longer a Commonwealth system. It is no longer a common law system. So the executive cannot sign anything to introduce anything to this house.
Thank you, members. I now put the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed by the chair of Finance Committee. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have another opinion say nay? Ayes have it, and now put the question that clause 19 as amended be part of the bill. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. The Honorable Kaluma.
Honorable Speaker, would it be confirmed if Honorable Mbui and Honorable Jack Wamboka have a loudspeaker in their chest? Because there are only two people, but when they speak, it is like 100 people on this side.
Nah, given. The Honorable Jack Wamboka.
I'm not to blame for inability for Honorable Kaluma to speak as we do. First. Two, Honorable Kaluma should know that I don't want him to ever mention my name in his life. And that has to go on record. Yeah.
There is nothing out of order at all, so we'll proceed.
Clause 20.
The honourable members, I propose a question that clause 20 be part of the bill, and because there's no amendment, I put the question that clause 20 be part of the bill. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have another opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 21.
Members, I propose that clause 21 be part of the bill. Mover.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that clause 21 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, this is where we are providing incentives for investments in excess of 10 billion shillings that is going to manufacture of LPG gas, Honorable Speaker. This is again one of the measures we're trying to reduce the cost of living, reduce the cost of fuel. We've seen what fuel, for example, has happened, and that has even led to increase in cost of electricity. And by providing this incentive, Honorable Chair, then you'll be allowing huge investments in production of LPG gas. And that, hopefully, Honorable Speaker, will also lead to reduction in the price of LPG gas for our homes, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Members, I propose the question that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. I put the question, therefore, that clause 21 be amended as proposed by the Chairman of Finance Committee. Will another opinion say aye? Will those of the opinion say nay? Ayes have it. Members, I now put the question that clause 21 as amended be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will those of the opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 22.
Members, I propose the question that clause 22 part of the bill. Clause 22, the amendments were dropped. I therefore put the question that clause 22 part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will those of the opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 23.
Members, I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. The proposed amendment by the chair, by the honourable member were dropped, so we have amendments by the chairman of the committee. Oh, sorry, they'll fall if the chairman is carried. So sorry about that. I hope that covers your point of order. Go ahead.
Clause 23.
Yes, clause 23.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 23 be amended as per the order paper. This amendment is seeking to clarify the capital gains exemptions, Honorable Chairperson. Yeah, you need a further explanation. So if you check Honorable Chair, clause 23, it was proposing that paragraph 2 of the 8th schedule of income tax is amended by inserting the following new subparagraph: gains derived from the alienation of shares by a non-resident person, where the shares derive their value from Kenya, or the alienation results in a change in the group ownership of a company resident in Kenya and ownership of title in or interest in property located in Kenya. Honorable Chair, this particular provision is seeking to tax, Honorable Speaker, when international companies repatriate the dividends that they make from this particular country, Honorable Speaker, and when they change the ownership of shares. So, Honorable Speaker, what we've been seeing is multinationals, they register here as shareholders, as Kenyan shareholders, and then their purpose is not to have Kenyan shareholders, is to return back, Honorable Chairperson, to their home country. So, we're saying if you repatriate those shares back to a country outside Kenya, then you'd be subject, Honorable Speaker, to income tax. To income tax.
This has happened before, and I think it's a good amendment. We propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. I put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the Chair of Finance Committee. Will that opinion say aye? Will that opinion say nay? Ayes have it, and I'll put the question that clause 23 as amended be part of the bill. Will, as another opinion, say aye? The other opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I propose the question. The Honorable. The Honorable order. The Honorable Mwenje, I'll allow you to order. Allow to address the House. Order. Of course, he didn't go. Allow you to address the House so that you satisfy your curiosity, so that they know what you want to do. But you know this has fallen. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. You know, Chair, I'd waited for this moment for quite some time. Because when the Speaker was here, it was made to look as though we don't read. We don't know what Article 114 says. But we have put in amendments, and this is one of those amendments that did not require Article 114. So I should have that right to move it at the very least. Now the reason why I can't move it now because it's already been overtaken. But the reason why I was putting this.
The Honorable Majority Leader, as a point of order, just take a seat for a minute. Just take your seat. We'll come back, don't worry.
Honorable Chair, you know, the Honorable Mwenje is right, and nobody has stopped him from moving, because the one that we have has been moved and adopted is an amendment by the Chair. Yours would only fall if probably it has similarities with the Chair's. Therefore, if there is no similarity, if it is different, you then get an opportunity to move yours and convince us. Is that simple?
Go ahead, Honorable Mwenje.
Thank you, Chair. No, thank you, Chair. The reason why, because I think the way we've done it traditionally, yes, I might be a fast-timer, but usually we put all of them together, and then the chairs take precedence. Once we vote on it, the others fall. Now it's very similar, and the reason why I was bringing it up, because my proposal, which I'm hoping the chair would be listening to, I was proposing that this threshold that he has put for shares being repatriated, by inserting the words that make 50% of the share capital. What you've put, the way it is right now, it has no threshold. It means even 1% of shareholding, which will discourage people from investing in Kenya.
Okay.
So what I would have thought is that if we would allow and set a threshold, and you know that even under income tax, at times we get to up to 20%. What is standard within our region is 50%. That is, and even the bilateral agreements we signed with Mauritius and all these other countries. So,
Honorable members, I think your point, Honorable Mwenje, is made. And yes, and I'd be sorry. The reason we did what we did is that the Honorable Chairperson's amendment was deleting the whole thing. So there was nothing to amend. But for your comfort, after 6 months, you can come back with this amendment so that you carry it without the chairman interfering with your train of thought. Let's go ahead. You still want to say something on this, Honorable Chungwa? Thank you.
Clause 24.
Members, I propose the question that clause 24 be part of the bill. because there's no amendment, I now put the question that clause 24 be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as no opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
New clauses, new clause 22A.
Honourable members, I propose the question that the new clause 22A be part of the bill. The mover to move this for second reading.
Honourable Chair, I beg to move that new clause 22A Honourable Chairperson, I beg to move the new clause 22A be now read a second time. Honourable Chair, this amendment is seeking to insert the following new clause immediately after clause 22. 22A, the fourth schedule to the Income Tax Act is amended by inserting the following new item, a financial institution license under the Microfinance Act. Honourable Speaker, Honourable Chair, when you check the fourth schedule of the Income Tax Act, it provides for institutions where once you take, say, for example, a mortgage, Honourable Speaker, you get a mortgage relief. But however, this has been, this exemption is usually given to commercial banks, but microfinance institutions were missing from this list. So therefore, by inserting Microfinance Act as a financial institution under fourth schedule, that improves the treatment they get to be the same as other financial institutions.
Thank you so much. Can I propose the question first? I propose the question, members, that the new clause 22A be enacted a second time. The Honourable Ruto, then the Honourable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Chair. Even as we look at this particular proposal of including the microfinance, there is also a need to evaluate mortgage provided by organized schemes like Parliamentary Service Commission, where they provide mortgage to members here or to staff. While they are repaying interest, it is not captured as part of the benefit as it is treated in the public sector or in the banking sector. So something, again, that we need to look at it. Thank you.
Thank you. Majority Leader.
Chair, first I support this amendment. It's a very important amendment, and I want to agree with CPA Ruto, because even for members of parliament, your mortgage scheme is not necessarily from a bank. It is an organized scheme, and therefore you ought to benefit. And I know in this amendment there was a proposal to extend the same reliefs to staff of the Central Bank of Kenya. But following a meeting we had with the chair and the KRA and the National Treasury yesterday and the day before, we will be bringing back that proposal so that it incorporates even schemes like that of the Parliamentary Service Commission, the Judicial Service Commission, and other Kenyans who have schemes that are outside of the financial institutions. But Honourable Speaker, again, the Honourable Junet told us that part of what the National Treasury did in this year's finance bill is to extend certain benefits to ordinary Kenyans. This amendment is extending mortgage relief benefits to ordinary Kenyans. Therefore, by voting for this, yes, you are extending mortgage relief to Kenyans who pay taxes, then they get a relief from their mortgage. So even as you vote no, be aware that your no vote, you are saying don't extend that relief to ordinary Kenyans. And therefore, vote yes.
No one has voted no yet, so don't worry. The Honourable Wandeto. No, this is second reading, so I'll allow at least 2 more members to say something. This is on second reading.
You know, Mr. Speaker, the majority leader is trying to, I guess, incite us against Kenyans on this live broadcast. But I would like to inform him that the reason we are rejecting, actually we want to reject this finance bill in totality. Clause by clause, it should be withdrawn, none should go through, and that's why we are going to be voting no for every clause. Because, like I said before, it's a bad bill, they published it. When they realize the hit, now they are busy cleaning it up. And Kenyans can see the attempt to clean up. We should reject in total. We don't need to raise this, extra money through these punitive taxes that are being proposed.
Thank you, the Honourable Oundo. The Honourable
Chair.
The Honourable Youth Leader, out of order. Let's listen to the Honourable Oundo. Hold your horses. Let's listen to the word of order first. The word of order from the
Chair, as much as it's not Oundo, it's Honourable Wandeto, he's saying I'm trying to incite Kenyans. You know, I would never want to incite Kenyans at all for whatever reason. but I like to inform Kenyans so that even as we make decisions, because we are making decisions that are in the best interest of Kenyans. And you vote. Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from this kind of immaturity I'm seeing from the member for
we will listen to the Honorable Leader in silence. Then you will have your chance.
The Honorable Wandeto, who is a very well-schooled person, said that I'm inciting Kenyans. Whereas all I was seeking to do is to inform Kenyans that it is okay, by the way, to reject this finance bill in its totality. But in the totality of that rejection, it is also important for us to inform Kenyans that there are certain tax reliefs that we are giving to them. Therefore, Honorable Wandeto, I have no business inciting you or inciting Kenyans against you. I want you to tell the people of Mukurweini, of Tetu, where the ones you represent, those who are tea farmers and coffee farmers, who have no privilege like myself and yourself to be able to access mortgages from big commercial banks like we do. They walk to their microfinance institution in Tetu or in Nyeri town, they access a mortgage facility there. I get a relief on my mortgage, you get a relief. You do not want the villager in your village to get a relief. Why would you be that unfair to your people? Why?
Thank you.
Why would you be that unfair?
Thank you.
Why?
Thank you.
Why, Wandeto?
That's okay. I think, order. I think all of us are entitled to our views, and there's nothing to be ashamed of our views. Honorable Undo, go ahead.
Chair, as much as this amendment is laudable, I need to ask the chair to expand it beyond what we have been provided here, probably in due time, to include circles and any other schemes that can be registered. But Honorable Speaker, this element of tokenism, and then you say you are doing a favors to Kenyans, this is undermining the intelligence of people of Kenya. This tokenism, if we had not taxed them so highly, housing, they will not even be bothered by this tokenism that we are providing here.
Honorable Kagushia.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You know,
Honorable members,
what I realize is that...
Honorable members, I'm allowing this debate, not point of orders, but this debate because we are on second reading. So I would like to hear a debate, no point of orders anymore. Go ahead, Honorable Kagushia.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. What I have noticed and is what we have realized, there is a bit of lies and misleading information from this House, is that from the budget that we passed a budget where we're going to collect 3.6 trillion Kenya shillings this coming year. And the much we have collected this year is about 2.6 trillion. Honorable Speaker, we are projecting to collect a revenue of an extra 1 trillion Kenya shillings, but Majority Leader is here convincing Kenyans that we are not raising any funds through this finance bill. Honorable Speaker, that is misleading, and Kenyans need to know.
Order. Honorable Kagushia, we are talking about the new clause 22A. I would like to listen to you on that clause, please. It's called relevance.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that the assertion that this finance bill, including the clause in question, is relieving Kenyans from taxes is untrue. Kenyans are going to be subjected to a tax to raise revenue up to 1 trillion Kenya shillings in the coming one.
Thank you. Honorable Leader.
Chair, the problem we are having here is that there is a mentality and belief that a finance bill is supposed to raise taxes only. Taxes only. It can also reduce. Chair, facts are facts, and facts are stubborn. Majority of our people in this country bank with microfinancing. And if they are given mortgage reliefs for those who are borrowing from microfinances, and you are here opposing it, with the mentality that a finance bill should only raise taxes, it should not reduce, then you're in the wrong place.
Thank you.
You're in the wrong place.
Thank you. Honorable Muchomba. Honorable Muchomba. I've given you the mic, so just be patient, you're going to get it. Use the one behind you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Chair, I am a member of Gatodo CBO. Small CBO
that is made up of many, many traders in Gatondo. I joined them when I was the women rep for Kiambu. Chair, the last AGM we did, we wanted to make sure that every member who is a normal trader in Gatondo, in the market, Gatondo Modern Market, affords a house in Mwihoko, in Juja, through our own small scheme. So I'm so excited, Mr. Speaker, that this amendment is going to give relief to those women, the traders in the market. It is absurd that somebody who is elected by members, like Honorable Adeto, can actually stand in the House and say that such women should not be given such a relief.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
All members, we must decide this either way. I therefore put the question that order. This will be decided either way. I now put the question that the new clause 22A be read a second time. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. All members, I propose the question that the new clause 22A be part of the bill. I now put the question that the new clause 22A be part of the bill. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. The honorable member from Kisii. I'm not able to get the name. The honorable Mayaka. What is out of order?
Chair, you know we are not. Our voices are not as loud as our male colleagues.
You got the mic now, so go ahead with your point.
So, Chair, I just wanted to add my voice to this particular clause because it's very important. One of the microfinance institutions that is actually licensed under this is the Kenya Women Finance Trust. And for me, this is a win for the very many million women Kenyans who are members of the Kenya Women Finance Microfinance Institution because they're beneficiaries of this. So
members, I now put the question again that the new clause 22A be part of the bill. Will another opinion say aye? Will those of opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Provisions relating to the Value Added Tax Act, Cap 476, Clause 25.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 25 be part of the bill. Because there are no amendments, I put the question that Clause 25 be part of the bill. As someone of that opinion say aye. As someone of that opinion say nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I propose the question that Clause 26 be part of the bill. Chairperson, Clause 26.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that Clause 26 be amended as per the order paper. Honorable Chair, there has been a big shift in how businesses are employing employees. So what you find is that most establishments would outsource the service of the staffing of their staff Honorable Chair. And so what that meant is if I have a business that I employ 1,000 people that work at QuickMart, so I will pay my staff their salaries, and then QuickMart will reimburse me, will pay me. So what KRA did was go to those particular businesses and say, because you have received this, then you should charge VAT. And Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, from public participation, we realize that that is a mistake because there is no value being added. It is just reimbursement for their service. And therefore, we are recommending that we expressly provide it for the law, where these establishments provide for that outsourcing of labor, Honorable Speaker, they will not be subjected to VAT when they are reimbursed by those establishments.
Thank you. Thank you. Members, I propose the question that Clause 26 be amended as proposed by the Chairperson. I put the question that Clause 26 be amended as proposed by the Chairperson of Finance Committee. As many other opinions say aye. As many other opinions say nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 26 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many other opinions say aye? Will have those opinions say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 27.
Members, I propose the question that Clause 27 be part of the bill. Chair. Clause 27.
Honorable Chair, it's the leader of majority who is consulting on a particular matter. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that Clause 27 27 be amended as per the order paper. This Honorable Chair is correcting a cross-referencing error where subsection 2 has been referred as subsection 1.
So it's a correction, just cleaning up. So I propose the question that clause 27 be amended as proposed by the chair. I put the question that clause 27 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I put the question, members, that clause 27 as amended be part of the bill. Will as another of that opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
Members, I propose the question that clause 28 be part of the bill. There will be no amendment. I put the question that clause 28 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 29.
Members, I propose the question that clause 29 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that clause 29 be amended as per the order paper. Again, Honorable Chairperson, these are some of the matters that were raised by the members of the public. Because what this clause was doing, by changing the definition of the word person under the VAT Act, it would have created unnecessary responsibility and obligation for even small traders to be required to account for VAT. And therefore, this is some of the issues that we agreed with the members of the public. We disagreed with National Treasury, and therefore we propose its deletion.
Members, I propose the question, not put the question. I propose the question that clause 29 be amended as proposed by the finance chairperson. The Honorable Kingola. The Honorable Kingola.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As much as I agree with the Chairman Finance, when I looked at clause 29, Mr. Speaker, I wonder why each committee have to introduce such draconian measures to common mwananchi. If you look at that clause, it was proposing that every person who does any business should provide an invoice. And I was wondering, at what point will Mama Mboga, Boda Bodas, and those small-scale entrepreneurs do that? So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, we should not be doing such things just to make Kenyans look like the government is minding them. Yet, it is something which is being brought here to incite or, in fact, look like they are bribing Kenyans.
Okay, the Honorable Majority Leader is out of order.
You know, Honorable Speaker, it is important that we be honest with Kenyans and be very sincere in our engagements. Because the bill I am holding here, and I actually want to challenge, and I will volunteer my copy of the bill to Honorable Macau. Show us where in this bill the things you are alleging are about invoices are. It is okay to say things in Mavoko, but not here, honestly. You can't allege things that are not in the bill that are there. And if anything, the chair has also clarified that even what was provided for in the bill in terms of a registered person, the definition of a registered person, he has simplified it and corrected it.
No,
don't use this floor to try and score cheap points.
The Honorable Kingola, where are the invoices in the bill?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have the bill. Clause 29.2. This clause proposes to require the issuance of an invoice by every person who supplies goods. And of course, I was trying to say this will be very difficult for all small suppliers such as Mamamboga, motorbike drivers. That's what it is. It is not.
No.
It's in the bill. It is in the bill.
Don't ever Undo, sit down. Don't ever Undo, take your seat. Don't ever Mukuni, take your seat. Don't ever Kingola. Read for me in clause 29 where the invoice of supply are. That's what I asked you to do. Don't ever give it. Order.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, look at clause 29.2. You can read, Mr. Chairman.
Order. I asked the Honorable Kingola to read. Let Honorable Kingola read that bill. Order. The Honorable Zambia, order. The Honorable Mukunyi, take your seat. Order. You can take my specs. The Honorable Kingola, you shall read that bill. Order, members, order. The Honorable Kingola, go and sit and read.
Go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to read it. Clause 29, number 2, an invoice showing an amount of that purports to be tax shall only be issued in respect of a taxable supply.
Thank you. Now make your point.
Thank you. Then, that is why I said, Mr. Chairman, I have a lot of respect.
No. You'll come back to this.
Thank you. Give him.
Order, members.
Yeah.
Order.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman, I have
because order, members.
Mr. Chairman, I have the
order,
floor.
members. If we go back to what you had said earlier, you will find that, so go ahead and finish your point.
So, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The reason why I say this, Mr. Chairman, this government has developed a trend of bringing laws.
No, that now is conjecture.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, it
You
is.
shall sit down.
Because you cannot bring a proposal to doing Kenya.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Honourable members, it's not good to do conjecture. It's good to be factual. Honourable Junet, go ahead. Honourable Junet, move to this seat. Move. Just use this one.
Chair, it is true that 29(2) says an invoice showing an amount that purports to be tax shall only be issued in respect of taxable supply. But Mr. Chair, I want to tell Honorable Macau, my commissioner, that if he had listened to the committee chair earlier, the amendments that the committee chair has moved by deleting registered persons, that registered person is talking about is the same people he's talking about. Mama Mboga, he's talking about Mutumba. Yes, that is the truth. This is what the bill is saying. Unless you want to, that is, if you listen to the amendment, the amendment of the chair, and I want to congratulate the chair by taking care of Mamboga, Mutumba, and all small traders. Chair, congratulations, because when you delete registered persons, you are taking care of that category of business people. But the corporate people will pay their taxes.
Thank you, members. I now put the question. All members, that clause 29 be amended as proposed by the chairperson of the Finance Committee. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? Ayes have it. I now put the question, members, that clause 29 as amended be part of the bill. Will as another opinion say aye? Will as another opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 30.
Members, I propose the question that clause 30 be part of the bill. There being no amendment, I put the question that clause 30 be part of the bill. Will have another opinion say aye? Will have another opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Clause 31.
All members, I propose the question that clause 31 be part of the bill. Honorable Chair.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause, that one be amended. And Honorable Chair, I beg for members for patience because this is quite a very consequential amendment. I beg to move that clause 31 is amended by first inserting such capital goods, the exemption of which the capital secretary may determine to promote investment in the manufacturing sector, provided that the value of such investment is not less than 5 billion shillings, Honorable Speaker. So this particular provision on clause 31 is providing, Honorable Chairperson, for exemptions for manufacturers that come to invest more than 5 billion shillings. This is meant to make sure that Kenya becomes a manufacturing hub. 5 billion shillings, not less than 5 billion shillings. So that means that anybody that that comes and invests, makes such a huge investment here, and honorable leader of minority is telling me we make it true. Then that comes and makes the investment here, then Kenya will certainly become a manufacturing hub, Honorable Speaker, across the region. Second, Honorable Speaker, we are proposing to delete several of these paragraphs, Honorable Speaker, and this is where we are speaking to the change in the first and the second schedule, where some of the proposals that were being proposed move from 0 rate to exempt were being proposed in this paragraph 31. So what, Honorable Speaker, after extensive public participation, this committee has made a decision to retain the following items under zero rate. Honorable Speaker, one of them is input of raw materials for one of them is transportation of sugarcane from farms to milling factory, Honorable Speaker. And this I know is a huge, huge deal for the people of Western Kenya, for the farmers of the sugar sector, Honorable Speaker, and therefore it is important that transformation of sugarcane from farms to milling factories continue to be zero rated, Honorable Speaker, so that we make it easy to have manufacturing, Honorable Speaker, and grow our sugar sector, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
It is also important to note that we have also retained, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, the supply of raw materials for feeds, Honorable Speaker. Animal feeds are going to continue to be under zero, Honorable Speaker, and this is to continue making sure that feeds, Honorable Speaker, that animal feeds continue to be affordable, Honorable Speaker, and continue to retain in zero return, Honorable Speaker. It is also important that we also mention that manufacturing of phones, of locally assembled phone manufacturing of phones, we still want to make that to be zero return, Honorable Speaker. This is going to provide, to continue making it easy for our own locally manufactured smartphones and other phones to be very competitive in the market, Honorable Speaker. It's important to note when His Excellency the President said that Kenya is manufacturing phones and laptops, some people said that that was a lie. It is important to tell Kenyans that we have companies in this country that produce more than 1 million smartphones per year, including, not limited to M-Copper, including Sangbat, including Jomo Kenyatta University of Science and Technology. So we have Dedan Kimathi University. We have grown as a country that now we are exporting smartphones, we are exporting laptops, we are exporting computers, Honorable Speaker, and this particular zero rating of this particular product continues to ensure that we have good employment for young people and we are competitive, Honorable Speaker, in that sector.
Thank you, Honorable Members. Order, order. I have not even proposed the question. Can I propose it first? I propose the question, members, that clause 31 be amended as proposed by the Chairperson of Finance Committee. And before you do that, before I give it to the Honorable, I want to give it first to Honorable Mbui, but before I do that, please welcome children from the Kirima Comprehensive School or General Constituency in Nyandarua County. The Honorable Mbui.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I had an amendment on that in that clause, which I dropped because I believe that I'm convinced to reject the whole bill. But Chair, on the matter that the Chair has raised, the change in 146. Now, I see this offending the Statutory Instruments Act because you cannot give the CS authority to exempt, and there is no reference to Parliament thereafter. Because he's just saying that such capital goods that the exemption of which the Cabinet Secretary may determine. Now, ideally, there has to be some fallback so that even as he makes that decision, he can also come back to the people's representatives for acceptance. So I think I would have wanted this to have gone through, but I wish he would have amended it in a way that we also hold sway over the executive on that matter. Thank you, Chair.
All members, on this, I will give a couple of members to say something. So I want you to be patient, but when I give you a chance, please stick to the topic of discussion and spend 1 minute to make your point. The Honorable Wangwe. I'll give this side, then I'll come back this side. Give him the next. Give him any. The Honorable Wangwe, you could use this one. Sorry.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, allow me to really appreciate the committee for making it possible that we retain the zero rating of transportation of cane, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, by applying exemption, it was definitely going to distract what the government has structured now in terms of supply of cane. The industry has stabilized, Honorable Chair, and distorting it by making it exempt was definitely going to distract everything. Therefore, I want to support the amendment and retain that the committee amendment stands. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Members, you know the Honorable Wangwe had moved successfully the sugar bill, and is now an act of parliament. That's why this is very important to him. I'll give it, the Honorable Junet. There's a young man I want to give a chance before you. He's called Honorable Mukunji. Go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And when I was reading this bill, Honourable Speaker, I was wondering, what is it that this country want to achieve by moving from zero-rated to exemption of important things such as manufacturing of things in this country. Honourable Speaker, this House in 2024 was invaded because of some proposals that were felt to be so draconian in this country, Honourable Speaker, and out of the executive proposals, we found ourselves under siege, and many members had to run away in very weird places, including ambulances, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, I am one of the people who spoke closely to these manufacturers. And because of that proposal alone, phones would have gone to more than 40% increase in their prices, and they could not compete with even what is, Honourable Speaker, they are getting from outside. But Honourable Speaker, I ask myself, why is it that somebody can sit down and make a proposal so bad that it gets to this House and this House gets a bad name out of it? That's why, Honourable Speaker, as we say, and I know we are going to actually continue having this fight between zero-ration and exemption. It is important, Honourable Speaker, to realize that many of these proposals have a ripple effect, whereby some of these proposals will have jobs being lost. Honourable Speaker.
Order. Honourable Mukunji. Now, be specific on 31, please.
Yes, I am there, Honourable Speaker.
Please.
Honourable Speaker, the phone manufacturers, as a matter of fact, they should be given some tax rebate, including the railway tax and other taxes that involve local manufacturers.
Thank you. Honourable Bongogoyo. Honourable Bongogoyo. I gave you a minute. You've taken 3.
Thank you.
Actually gave you 1 and allowed you 3. I said 1 and I gave you 3. Honourable Bongogoyo, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. And I want to say that on this particular clause, the committee has taken into consideration what we raised on the second reading. But let me say, if you want to build a country, this is how you build a country by zero rating. The executive had proposed totally different, and most importantly, you want to bring in another clause as the issue of excise duty, and you don't want funds to come from outside the country. Grow your economy so that some of those things you are able to facilitate people who are in this industry, so that ultimately the issue of even excise duty, which we will be rejecting, will not be there, because once we grow this industry, it will be easy for us. Lastly, allow me to say, the chair, you have considered what you say. That is now what should be happening, not what you do in other incidences.
Thank you. Honourable Wandeto.
Speaker, I also want to thank the Committee of Finance for at least listening to Kenyans on this one. And that's why I was challenging my good friend, Honorable Kimani Kuria, that such proposals should not have even been published in the first place. We should not be going through this cleansing ceremony and wasting time. But Mr. Speaker, my contribution is, and I would like the Honorable Kimani Kuria to listen to this, about manufacturing and the exemptions that are being proposed here, that the Cabinet Secretary can deal with exemptions up to 500 million shillings. I think you have amended it to 5 billion. Mr. Speaker, we are trying to encourage cottage industries, and we seem to be running an economy that we are purposing for foreign investors. Let us also purpose our economy to encourage local investors. We have many people going to China to get machines of 2 million, 3 million, to do juice extraction, packaging this and that. It is important that at least they also get this sort of capital investment exemption.
Chair, I want to point out that members don't understand the powers they have. It is the same reason why, the reason why we are looking at this bill is because we are the ones who have the powers to amend it. National Treasury can propose anything they want under the sun. Now, you don't need to say, why is National Treasury proposing? It is you, as the representative of the people, who should make a decision. And that's why we're here today. That's what we are doing. Honorable Bodeto must know he has been sent here by 32 people so that he can protect their interests in accordance with the law. And that is what we are doing to do. So, Mr. Speaker, first, I want to support this amendment. I want to say, Mr. Chair, that this amendment is going to make Kenya an industrialized country. Chair, you know, when you attract investment more than 2 billion shillings to your country and giving them reliefs is when you will get serious investors. That is when you will attract international investors. That is when you will attract foreign direct investment to your country, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I represent sugar growing area. By zero rating transportation of sugar cane, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, is going to make my people's life better. Chair, as you are aware, this government of the broad-based has revived the sugar industry like no other government. All the sugar factories in our area are now working. In my own county, sugarcane farmers have been paid 1 billion shillings for the last 1 month, for the last 1 year, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let us accept when the government is doing a good job. Let us own it, Mr. Speaker. Let us not just oppose for the sake of opposing, like what I'm seeing from this village of Amunyo.
The Honorable Muchomba. 1 minute, please. Let it be a minute so that we clear this. The Honorable Muchomba.
Chair, thank you very much. I happen to be a member of Finance Committee, and we went to various counties in this country listening to Kenyans submitting on their views of the proposed executive finance bill proposal. One of the biggest proposals we received, especially in my county, Kiambu, they came and told us they don't understand the issues of exempt. All they care is whether the animal feeds are going to be cheap at the point of purchase. So, Honorable Chair, it is important for every member of this parliament, before we come to such strategic discussions like today, everybody should seek to read reports of committees before you come to debate in this house, so that you know what members of your county proposed and what is being done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I gave out the 5 on this side. Allow me to also give this side. The Honorable Oundo. Yeah. It's only fair. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to support the amendments brought by the Chair of the committee on Clause 31, particularly to make manufacturing in this country more competitive. But more importantly, Mr. Chair, zero rating transportation of cane is a very, very critical move at this point in time when cost of production is a major issue in this country. The cost of production, 30% goes to transportation of cane. So if we zero rate, Mr. Chair, we will be reducing the cost of production in this country.
Thank you so much. The Vice Chair of Finance Committee.
Thank you, Chair. I think I need to make this clear. I am just a member of Finance. The Vice Chair.
Honorable CPA Ruto.
I am a committee member of Finance.
You've been purporting to be Vice Chair of that committee. I didn't know, now I do. The Honorable CPA Ruto, go ahead.
Thank you. That could be good prayers. Chair, I'm just speaking from the point of view of the committee report. And can I be heard in silence, Chair? I'm just speaking from the point of view of the committee report. Yes. What members, Honorable Wandeto there is saying is that it is very good to be attentive and always collect the content of every committee report before you react. Because right now it comes out that the committee has done the right thing, what we were wailing about, what we were complaining about, and the committee, guided by Article 118 of our Constitution, they undertaken public participation and have taken into consideration the views of the members of public that are affected. And they are put in this report. The entire report carries huge stakeholder engagement and what members of public are saying.
All members, thank you.
Always listen to the report, go through the report before you argue.
Thank you. Now that you'll agree that this clause does justice to what is required. Honorable Kaluma, lastly.
Chair, I want to support this provision, but with a caution that when we zero rate goods and services, the benefit should go to the consumer. Honorable Chair, the reason as to why the government was initially proposing deletions of these zero-rated items is that no benefit is going down. Instead, the tax expenditure is going into hundreds of billions So we are collecting money, giving to people who are not passing the benefit. So let me say that because we are not as bold as we should be today, and because the people want it so, let us zero rate these goods, but let the factories, the owners of the goods and services, transfer the benefits to the consumers.
Thank you so
and
much.
That is something
Thank
we
you.
need
Honourable
to
members,
look at.
I want to allow the Honourable, because there's a small thing we left out, and it's causing confusion. The Honourable Chairperson of Finance Committee, you got 2 further amendments to move before we vote on this. Please go ahead.
So, Honourable Chairperson, even before I move these 2 amendments, Honourable Speaker, I am happy that our honourable members from the other side of the aisle, we are now reading from the same page. That Honourable Chair, these proposals come to this House. It is our responsibility to make our decision. That's why we are elected by the people of Kenya, Honourable Speaker. As important also, not to take the floor of this House to deliberately mislead, so that when you are voting no, then you are purporting that
Thank
you are
you.
supporting.
Please move your amendments now.
Honourable Speaker, after further consultation, I want to move a further amendment, Honourable Speaker, that's on clause 31, that such goods with the exemption of the Cabinet Secretary may determine to promote investment in the manufacturing sector, provided that the value of such investment is not less than Kenya shillings 2 billion shillings, Honourable Speaker. The 5 billion is a bit too high, Honourable Speaker, and I think we agree that allowing investment of up to 2 billion shillings, Honourable Speaker, at least that will give an incentive to many more manufacturers. A billion, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, secondly, I would like to further move that, where is that? Honourable Speaker, Honourable Chair, I beg to further move that clause.
It's 174, paragraph D.
That clause 174, paragraph D, be further amended to read the following. In paragraph B1, by reading the proposal new paragraph B and substituting therefore the following new paragraph, the issue, transfer, receipt, and other dealing with money, including money transfer services and accepting over the payment counters of household bills, but does not include the rest. So we're just changing the word or to and. And the purpose of this investment, Honourable Speaker, after again very consultative public participation, the wording on this particular clause, Honourable Speaker, could have been interpreted to mean that M-Pesa services would be subjected to further tax, Honourable Speaker. So by wording it like that, Honourable Speaker, it expressly provides that no additional taxation will be allowed on such crucial services, like, for example, M-Pesa service, Honourable Speaker. And Honourable Speaker, lastly, following the ruling on the T bill, Honourable Speaker, by the court, I think it's important that I declare interest that I'm a farmer. Okay. And so I did a lot with animal feeds, and therefore, Honourable Speaker, it's important that I go on record that I am a farmer, Honourable Speaker, on this particular
Chair, before you sit down, there's an issue that was raised by Honourable Mbui earlier on what are the benchmarks to ensure that the CS Treasury does not use this discretion badly. I think you need to make a comment on it.